This is week 6 and 7 of me manifesting $500,000. I'm Brand Victoria, and I'm taking you on the journey with me so that you can see the mindset of receiving that money. I appreciate you subscribing right down at the bottom because I got something to tell y'all. So these past 2 weeks have been very interesting, a lot of clarity, and I've had 2 fed up moments, y'all, and I will get to the fed upness somewhere in this. But for my morning routine, what I have been doing and I'm continuing to do still is EFT. So I've been doing this EFT for $50,000. So that has been interesting. I've been doing that every day. And I'm just like, this is exciting. Like, it's exciting for me to do that. And then I have been scripting some days, not every day, but some days I've been scripting. And I've been having like a lot of synchronicities happen. So something that stuck out to me that was just like, for whatever reason, inspired action, intuition coming through, it was like, look up lottery success stories. So I looked up lottery success stories. And then I stumbled upon this guy's page, Timothy Schultz, I think that's his name. And basically he interviews lottery winners. And I was like, oh, okay. So I was looking at some of them. I was like, this is so cool the way that they're manifesting this kind of money, because most of them are saying they manifested the money. Oh, I had a dream about this. I visualized this. So many of them have manifested the money, right? So I want you to keep that in mind because I am going to get back to that story in a little bit. But I'm going to tell y'all one of the beliefs that was coming through for me, because you know how in some of my videos, for this, I will take you through the layers of beliefs that I had. So I got one for you. So I was feeling anxiety, thinking about what I spent my money on. I don't remember what I spent my money on, but I spent it on something. And so these were the layers of it. It could come back to bite me because I don't need it. I just want it. And then it went to, I won't be seen as responsible. And then it went to, it's greedy having what you want. Keep that in mind now. So you're saying in order to have what you want, you have to be responsible. But if you are, you'd be greedy. You see how that doesn't make any sense? So basically, I reframed that. And I reframed it to, it's of the highest good having what I desire. I'd be loving myself by having what I desire. So I was able to shift it to that. But do you see what I mean by the layers of a belief? Because it'll turn out like it won't make any sense. It's greedy to have what I want. Consciously, no, it's not greedy having what I want. No, it's not greedy having a new car. No, it's not greedy having more organic foods. Like, that stuff is going to energize me and keep me healthy. So it was easy to disprove those types of things. But some other things that happened for me was, I was like, okay, so when I seen that lottery stuff, I was like, this is my sign to get a lottery ticket. Okay, cool. So I was going to get a lottery ticket. I didn't know where I was going to get it from though. And so I was driving because I was going to the game room, and then I was like, I'm going to stop somewhere and get a lottery ticket. Okay. Didn't know where. But what happened was I took a wrong turn, not even a wrong turn. It was a unexpected turn. And then it put me right at this gas station. So I went in there, got my scratch off. And then when I came home, I, scratched it off and everything. So I didn't win anything on that. And so then I had limiting beliefs coming up, and I was able to address those. So that was still a success because what needed to come up came up. So in the fed up moment that I had, the first one that I had, I was like, okay, so I was looking on TikTok. I was already revved up, but I was looking on TikTok too for basically examples. Nowadays, I use TikTok as examples for what I'm thinking and to disprove things. Okay. So I was looking on TikTok, and then I seen this person where she was talking about, okay, watch me plate some meals for my 6 or 7 kids, being a broke single mom, right? And she had like 200,000 followers. And then I was like, okay, so she's talking about being broke and all this stuff, but she's being successful, you know? So I was feeling fed up. I was like, okay, I'm doing all this stuff, and they're doing, just, being negative about things. And, what's the discrepancy or whatever? And then I was like, after all my fed upness and me feeling through the emotions, because when I'm feeling through these emotions, y'all, in the back of my mind, I already know I'm getting massive clarity from this. So I just let my human body feel the emotions. All right. So once I did all that stuff, I was able to get so much clarity. It was like, okay, because I was looking in different areas of my life. I was like, okay, business and money. All right. So this is telling me, from me feeling this is telling me there is a better way to do these things. There's a more exciting way to receive money. There's a more exciting way to go about my business. There's more exciting things that I would love to talk about with my content. So I was like, okay. And there's a more exciting way to do it. Because I was telling my sister before, I was like, yeah, I'm going to make YouTube videos every day. I'm going to post 3 TikTok videos every day. No, I'm not doing that. Intuition has told me otherwise. So that's changed where I'm doing YouTube videos 3 to 4 times a week. And I'm doing TikToks 1 to 3, more on the 1 to 2 side every day. And so that felt better for me. I was like, oh, okay, that's more exciting for me. And then in business, there's just, with content, there's more exciting things for me to talk about. Talk about what I'm excited to talk about, right? And then in money, there's a more exciting channel to explore to receive money, which is that lottery stuff that I was telling you about. That's more exciting for me right now, where it's like, ooh, I love hearing these people's stories. And I love just the idea, like playing the lottery. That's been brought to the forefront right now. So with that being brought to the forefront, it just gave me more clarity on other things. It's like, okay, if your desire has not manifested yet, then it boils down to like 2 things, which is, do you actually even want this thing, right? Like if you're saying, oh, I want 10 clients, but you actually, the more you think about it, you really don't. You really don't want to put in 10 hours every week to dedicate to talking to other people. Maybe it seems more exciting to you to have passive income come in. So I was like, okay, so I had to get real vulnerable with myself and honest and see what I actually wanted, what I'm actually deciding to have. And then the other thing is, and the second thing it can be, is there's a more exciting way to do things. You keep holding on to doing things the way you think you need to do them. And that's where that whole fed up thing came from too, where it's like, if I was to be like, okay, I have the fed up moment, but then I keep doing the same thing, that's going to lead to more momentum in the direction that I don't want to go in. But so I was like, okay, I'm not going to resist this. This means that there is a pivot happening. So whenever you feel that fed upness, it just means there is a pivot, a shift happening. So I'm like, okay, I'm not resisting it, because if you resist it, you're going to feel like you're suffering. You're going to feel all this. It's going to feel very dreadful for a period of time when it doesn't have to be. Like, I didn't have to let that fed upness carry out for weeks and weeks and weeks. No, we took care of it that day. We take care of this stuff same day, y'all. And if for some reason you don't, it is your choice. And you know it's your choice because you have the tools in your tool belt to shift it at any time you desire. All right. And then the other fed up moment, y'all, you know what? I'm not even going to call it a fed up moment. I'm going to find a better name for that. I'm going to give it a positive meaning, a more positive meaning. But in that moment, what was going through my mind was, why is all this stuff, why does it seem like it's not working for me? Why does it seem like it's happening faster for other people that are not even doing manifestation, not consciously doing manifestation? Right. And a lot was coming up for me. It was like, who are you to be doing this stuff? Maybe you should just stop right now, quit doing this, and go into another industry, another field that maybe it's probably better suited for you. A lot of stuff was coming up for me. And granted, with this, the second moment, let's call this a moment of clarity. All right. In my second moment of clarity, it lasted longer than the first one. Okay. It lasted hours and hours. Not the whole day, but hours and hours. And I was able to get a lot of clarity out of it because I was like, you know what? Oh, you know what? This is what I came up with, because I was saying in my mind, it was like, okay, why does it seem like nothing is happening for me? Why does it seem like people who are not doing conscious manifestation, they're manifesting all this stuff? Why? What is the discrepancy there? And I remember I was looking up relationships too, like people on TikTok relationships, and they're people who thought they had limitations when they couldn't find love. Okay, a woman was paralyzed and she was thinking like, okay, well, nobody will ever love me or whatever. But then she got married. Another person, a person that was disfigured, they were like, oh, I'll never get married, but they got married. A person who had a bunch of kids, like, I don't know, she had 4 kids, and she thought she wouldn't have a guy or have a person. And then she found her man. All right. So then I was like, okay. And I was thinking about my, people in my family too. And I was like, okay, all these people did not do as much work as I'm doing. Now, I'm not sounding egotistical with this. Just follow me with the train of thought. So I was like, all these people are not doing as much inner development as me. So why are they getting these results? And then it dawned on me. Just like with money, just like with relationships, you don't have to be completely healed to have the thing. You don't have to be completely healed to have a relationship, an amazing relationship. You don't have to be completely healed to receive money. Because unconsciously, it was like, I have to be completely healed to receive. So I was like, okay, got it. That was the sweet spot right there. So I was able to shift that. And then I felt better. I felt like a weight was lifted. It's like, okay, I don't have to spend so much time every day doing self-development and listening to money, just all this stuff. I don't have to spend my entire day doing that. I can do other things. So that felt really good. And then I was like, okay, so all that stuff that was going through my mind though, was like, okay, it's not happening for you. It's happening for other people. They're doing better than you, but those are all lies. They are lies, and they are not true. And at the same time, while all this was happening, it was like the limiting belief was holding on to its last, just getting any leverage that it could get. You know what I'm saying? And like I mentioned before, a limiting belief, it can only make you feel intense emotion. It can make you feel really, really sad, really, really mad, really, really depressed, really, really, fill in the blank emotion. That's what it can do. So once you know that, and in that moment, in my clarity moment, and I was realizing, okay, it's making me feel really, really frustrated, really, really left field, right? I was able to be like, okay, well, I can shift this. But if you know that it's doing that, it's not going to last that long because you're aware. So yes, it did play out for some hours, but it didn't last that long, and I got clarity out of it. And that's what you want to pay attention to. Like, are you getting clarity out of this stuff? Are you getting ideas? Are you what is going on? What result is happening from this? Because it's not that just happens and then, life just sucks. No, life just got better because you got the clarity. I got more material to put on this video for y'all. And, this is helping somebody because You may be going through this type of situation too, with manifesting money or manifesting love or manifesting clients or whatever. It's okay to feel your emotions. That doesn't mean you're out for the count. The fact that you're aware of your emotions and then you're listening to what I'm telling you, when the limiting belief can make you feel really, really mad, really, really sad, really, really depressed, really, really angry. That's all it can do. But if you stay in that state without getting any type of clarity from it, you don't get the lesson or anything, it'll keep making you feel really, really left field, so that you keep on choosing that belief over and over and over again. And the more you keep choosing that belief, the worse you're going to feel, because you're resisting what you asked for. So stop resisting it. You don't have to. I understand it can get emotional. Like if you are an entrepreneur and you are, you're manifesting your dream business, it can get emotional where you're just like, this stuff does not work. Nothing is working. I've been doing everything. I'm not getting subscribers. I'm not getting followers. I'm barely getting views on my video. Like, I'm ready to quit. Do not quit. Don't quit. Don't quit. Don't quit. Because that would just be you choosing that limiting belief over and over and over again. And you don't have to do that, because you're seeing this video and you are a CEO manifester. You're at that point where you're becoming more self-aware of what is actually going on in your mind. It's just a limiting belief or limiting beliefs. And I know it seems so intense, but that is the point of it. That is the point of beliefs, especially limiting beliefs. They are meant to feel so real so that you keep on choosing it. It's like the belief has that survival mechanism, right? For that belief to survive, it has to make you feel like if you don't choose it, you won't survive. That is how that works. So if you know how it works, you can move on and you can shift it. It's that much easier. Because I feel like, with the stuff that I'm doing, another person probably would have just quit. Probably just would have quit a long, long time ago. Because I have been, I started my business in 2020, I believe. And, it has been quite the journey. And I feel like, sometimes you may be looking for like immediate results, where it's like, you know what, if my business has not taken off in 6 months, then you know what, I'm done. Maybe there's something else better for me. Right? But I have been with this for a very long time. I've learned a lot. I've manifested a lot. And I don't quit though. I do not quit this. I love to do this. I love to talk about this stuff. I mean, it would make sense for me to, stop doing this and go into another field, because I'm very knowledgeable on this. I am an expert on this. And I love talking about this, and I practice it on a daily basis. This is a lifestyle. So the limiting beliefs are lies, lies, lies. Comment below, lies. That's all it is. So I know this is helping you. I know, and you know what? Share this with somebody else that it can help, because you are not alone in manifesting what you desire, whether it's money or clients or opportunities or a best friend or a love, like a partner. You're not alone. And I've seen other videos on manifesting money where they're, day 1, 2, 3 or whatever. I've seen that, but I haven't seen where they take you through the mindset of what they're going through, or what the mindset entails for them to have that thing. Do you know what I'm saying? Because they'll say, I've seen one and she was saying like, oh, these were all the limiting beliefs. Or no, she said, I shifted limiting beliefs and, XYZ happened, right? But I'm taking you through the mindset of what has happened so that you can know it is okay if you are going through that. It is okay if you feel that way. That doesn't mean that this stuff is going kablooey. It means that you're on the right track. That means that you are self-aware. It means that you are the path, and the path is pathing on because you're self-aware. You're self-aware that you're the path. So results are happening. So make it easy on yourself. And I appreciate you for watching this video. And I appreciate you subscribing right down at the bottom. Make sure that you comment success at the bottom to let me know that you are still following along on this $500,000 journey. I want to know that you're following along, you're getting the message, you're getting breakthroughs from this. And you're at a point where you're saying yes to abundance. And I'll see you in the next one.